All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
Unfiltered Energy.
That's right. So there's only two of us today. So it's going to be a little bit of a different podcast, right? Our sister's under the weather. She's not feeling well. And
Aisha, we're thinking of you. Get better.
everybody's thinking about you. And we thought, look, we need to podcast. We need to, put our content out there. So let's go ahead. There was a lot going on in the city in Montreal this weekend.
So much going on this weekend. It was F1 weekend.
F1 weekend, which is probably, I would say, the biggest weekend in Montreal.
Yes. And I thought it was so weird that they chose May, but I guess with everything going on in the world, they made it earlier this year. Because I'm so used to it being the first weekend in June.
Yeah.
But it was ended up being in.
And it was exactly that, raining, right?
As always.
It wasn't the best. It wasn't super nice and sunny.
Friday was beautiful.
Oh, it was?
Friday was beautiful. How I know, my daughter went downtown.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Why did she go downtown?
She went for F1 weekend.
Really?
She did. She got up at 5 a.m.
Okay.
to get ready because she wanted to meet some of the drivers, which she did.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And she wanted to get their autographs. And
did she?
She did. She didn't get any autographs, but she met the 19-year-old. Remind me his name. Kimmy. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, that is super awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I remember when we were younger, we would go outside of like the Ritz-Carlton. They'd have the F1 flight.
Yes.
And then if you were lucky, you would be able to see people coming in and out.
Right.
And there was a couple of other hot spots in Montreal. I don't know them, but there was a couple of hot spots where you would see line up people with memorabilia, with jerseys, and just waiting to maybe glimpse.
But yeah, the Ritz-Carlton spot is definitely
that's like kind of the spot.
The spot to go and just sit out there and wait and hope.
Yeah.
But
who was it? Ellie, I think, was invited, or he just went to the massive
parties, probably.
Saturday night.
Yes.
One party. Yeah, it's kind of cool that we get to see a lot of the world through Ellie's eyes. No?
Yeah.
Ellie's like, right, so it's just, well, let me open my Instagram. And
yeah.
You get to see people's stories and see what happened, so you get to live through them a little bit.
Yeah, because we no longer go out anymore.
No. It's funny because this weekend I was just like, I'm going to take the kids. We're going to go look at the cars. We're going to go downtown. We're going to go Formula One. We're going to put race card T-shirts on or something. And yeah,
none of it. Well, we did it for so many years that.
None of that happened.
Yeah.
Then this weekend I was like, I told Nadim, I was like, Nadim, Saturday night.
Right.
How about we just go for a late drive downtown?
Okay.
Just to check out the vibe and call it a night. Even I thought we could do.
And it was his 40th birthday.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to Nadim. Happy birthday, bud.
Happy birthday.
No, at 10:30 I was sleeping.
Oh, wow.
Friday, 10:30. Saturday, 10:30. Last night, 10:30. Just like 10:30.
That's my bedtime too.
10:30 is
Let's
down.
cheers.
Cheers to 10:30.
Oh, speaking of sipping on our Tim Hortons here.
Yeah, what you got there?
Yeah. So I saw the Timbits, the ones for FIFA.
Yeah.
They came up with some flavors.
Oh.
They came up with 4 flavors, but I only got 2 because hello goals. I can't be eating 4 Timbits this morning.
Got 2 each.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So I got the one, of course, from Brazil.
All right.
Shout out to your wife.
Ooh, look at that little
It's
green
the
sprinkles on it.
lime cheesecake.
Delicious.
Let's try it out.
Oh, wow.
Tangy.
Oh, that's delicious.
That is really good.
I know you're not supposed to talk while you're eating, but we're doing a taste. Delicious.
Wow. And I love cheesecake. Do you like cheesecake?
I love cheesecake. I love cheesecake.
Oh, wow. Okay, and now this is the creme brulee.
Ooh. We got the brown sprinkles on this one.
Yes, inspired by France.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, wow. Well done, Timmy's. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. I like it. Okay. Well, thank you for that.
I put paper towel there so he could.
Yeah. Yeah. And I threw them on the floor. I threw them on the floor
Thank you.
thinking like, hey, why are they there?
Oh, wow. That was really good.
I like that.
I like the cheesecake a little bit more,
I like that.
but that was really good.
So far, Brazil's the winner.
Right.
Brazil's the winner.
No, we didn't try the other two.
That's true.
No.
We'll try the next episode.
No, okay, sure.
Next podcast. Okay, so yeah, going back to Formula One, Montreal was on fire.
Right.
From what we can see, it looked like it was on fire.
Yes.
The race, however, was a little bit more nuts. So I heard that on Friday there was a groundhog.
Oh.
And a car hit it.
Okay.
The car just hit the groundhog and then crashed.
Right. But this is where? At F1?
At the F1 race.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it's on an island, right?
Yeah.
So there's animals on the island.
Of course.
So some animal decided to just go for a little stroll on the tracks.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I've been actually seeing a lot of groundhogs on the road lately.
Yeah, I see them a lot as well.
Yes.
I see them a lot as well. So if F1 racer hit it, crashed his car. Yeah. I don't know how bad the crash was, or I don't know if it affected his driving the next day or the day after, but
Right.
Yeah, that was one of the stories about that. So who won?
Oh, okay. So who won?
The race. Because
Because
I heard he was a kid.
yes, 19 years old, Kimi Antonelli. I forgot my glasses.
That's okay.
19 years old, youngest winner in Montreal history.
Wow.
And he won 4 times in a row.
He won 4 times in a row.
4 times in a row.
That's
Mercedes signed him at 11 years old. He skipped F3 and jumped straight to F2 before F1.
Yeah.
And yeah. What do you think of that? 19 years old.
Wow, a 19-year-old getting into. So when I was trying to figure out a little bit about him,
Right.
which I just did 10 seconds ago, so let's be real. He started go-karting.
Okay.
His father
Ah,
is big in the F1 world, so I mean, it does kind of play a role.
factor in.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm less impressed with human beings that have massive advantages.
Okay.
Like, no, but honestly, like, he becomes this prodigy, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, but what did you expect? If your father was in the industry, you have all of the bells and the whistles. It's not like Lewis Hamilton. His
Okay.
story is insane.
Okay.
Like, apparently, like, him was rag to riches. His dad, rag to riches. So his dad was working like double jobs, did everything in the world for his son, and his son made it.
Okay.
So this kid, still incredible, four races in a row winning. That's amazing. 19 years old.
Mercedes signing him at
Incredible.
11 years old. Wow.
Mercedes signing him at
That's
11 years old. All incredible stuff. But I'm just saying at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like, yeah, you had all the advantages. So good for you. We're still happy. So he's 19 years old. He wins the Montreal Grand Prix and becomes the youngest winner in Montreal history. So that's really, really, really cool. But what I thought was nuts was him and his teammate were constantly kind of fighting each other to win. And eventually on like the 30th lap, his car stops working. He gets engine failure. So I'm wondering, was it because they're entering each other on the racetrack?
Maybe. Yes. Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Right. I
I
can't.
on your team.
Like, did something happen? Why were they?
I don't know, testosterone.
Oh.
Maybe you're 19.
But you're on the same team.
You're on the same team.
But yet you are bickering about something.
You're bickering about
Oh,
something.
I
Yeah.
wonder what happened. Hmm.
So his car stops working. He ends up winning.
He does. Okay.
Good for the team. They end up winning, but still, you took your teammate out indirectly. So I don't know. I was watching some of the video, and you see him being extremely aggressive.
Okay.
Like there's a road, and he'll go off the road, jump over to get back onto the road,
Right.
and continue the racing. Like,
Wow.
just to beat his own teammate. So I don't know if there's like an internal thing going on, or I don't know what it is, but that was a little bit intense. But it kind of sucks Formula One. It's already leaving Montreal. Like
It's all over. Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to go to Crescent, C'est la Ronde. I didn't go to a terrace. I didn't do
anything. And 2 years ago, I got the privilege to work at the what was it called? The Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got to work at the Sports Illustrated event 2 years ago where I just had to bring the VIPs to their table. It was a really cool
That's
experience.
awesome. And probably good money.
Oh yeah.
Probably
They
good
paid
money,
us
right?
really well. They actually promised a certain amount and they paid us more because
Wow.
they made so much money.
And they were probably just happy with the service.
Yes, and I was shocked because the AC, there was no AC because it was in a rundown old church
Oh my God.
and there was no air conditioning and
Wow.
everybody was sweating and it was raining, but it was a successful night and that's really the last time
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And this year, none of us did.
No,
Didn't
nothing.
even leave the house.
We went to bed early.
Wow.
Yeah, stayed in.
I did have a nonstop pack weekend.
You did,
had
yes.
the Montreal Canadiens. They played Friday.
Yes.
That was a
That I
huge
watched.
game, 6-2.
Yes.
So that was crazy because first of all, everyone's watching the hockey game because we're playing North Carolina. North Carolina won 4 games in a row.
Yes.
They beat another team 4 games in a row. And then there was this anticipation of, are we going to get murdered? Are they going to just wipe us out?
Yeah.
But they don't. We end up winning.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, there was another game.
Oh, wow. There's a game Friday. Yeah. And Sunday. It's
We didn't
true.
do so good.
And then Sunday, we didn't do so well. Yeah.
No.
I know.
They were the better team. We lost in overtime. But how was it at work? Were there a lot of people? Like, did you hear a lot of stories of people going out? Are people like buzzing about hockey, about Formula One?
More hockey versus F1. A lot of girls doing the hockey nails. Like,
Really?
had a lot of clients coming in requesting, hockey inspired nails. The blue, the red, the white. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to see that.
Do you guys get any like hap stickers or something that you?
No
pull out
hap
that-
stickers, but my girls were doing artwork. And,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yes. So that was a lot in demand.
Getting
and,
into okay. What?
oh yeah, a lot of clients coming in their hockey T-shirts and just a big buzz about. Everyone's just so excited about the Canadiens, how well they're playing. They have an amazing team.
I know
I really think.
the buzz in the city is
Yes.
incredible. You really.
And then the F1 with the hockey, like Saturday must have been crazy.
I saw videos of people bringing TVs
Okay.
in the backseat of their pickup trucks,
Oh,
turning the game on,
right.
and people on the streets just like all around like a random dude's car watching the game.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that's really shows like even my kids were just like, Dad, can we get a flag on the car?
Oh, they're
So
cute. Yeah, a lot
For
of
people, Syra went, bought a flag, we put it on the car, and now Aiden's always just like, Dad, it's still there. It didn't fly off. It didn't fly off. But today it was raining.
Yeah.
And like it really hit it. So like eventually I just took it
You
off.
take it off so you don't lose it.
No, I'll put it back on tonight. But it's so cute that even the kids are so excited.
They're into it. Yeah.
Syra bought like this little hockey stick
Okay.
and goalie stick. So we've been playing at home a little bit
That's cute.
and they love it.
Oh,
love
good.
it.
Yeah. Everyone's just super excited.
What about
and
some hockey
happy.
stories that you can share with us?
I'll never forget that I did watch when they did win back in, what was it? What year? 1993.
Yeah.
Yes. I still remember on the edge of the bed, I was watching on a little TV,
Yeah.
a little black and white
Yeah.
TV.
Why are we
Um,
watching black and white?
Because we had two TVs, remember? We had the color TV in the living room, but we had a small TV in mom's room.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Little tiny one.
Yes. Yeah, so I still remember I was in my teenage years and watching them win. So
Wow.
I'm really excited. I feel like they have a good chance. You were 10 years old?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It does feel like we have a good chance.
Yeah.
They're playing tonight.
They are.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Tonight's the big game. Tonight will tell us. Right now, the series is tied 1-1.
Okay.
So tonight's kind of like, and it's Montreal.
Yes. Oh, they're playing in Montreal?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I noticed one thing.
Yeah.
They seem extra nervous
Yeah. In Montreal.
in Montreal.
You're right.
And I think my theory is that they don't want to disappoint us. They don't want to upset us. I see it in their face
Yeah.
that they're just all nervous and they don't want to they don't want to bring down the spirit of the city, and everyone's rooting for them and excited. And so, yeah, let's see.
No, I
what
agree
happens
with you.
tonight.
I agree
I
with
find they play better abroad.
They
That-
do. Yeah. And what you're saying is absolutely true because we won game 7 both times
Right.
abroad.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And it's like when they play in Montreal, maybe the crowd is too loud. Maybe like everyone
No, I think they love that, but I think they're nervous.
is nervous.
They don't want to let us down.
Yeah.
Basically.
So Syra and I were going through our it's cute to see Syra because she's like so passionate about hockey. She bought a Canadiens t-shirt and yeah, I know. Which I thought was really cute. So what we did is we went over all of the players that played for North Carolina and we wanted to know where they were from.
Okay.
So what was it? It was something like half of the team is Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we went to the Canadian side and then we had like 18 players that were from Canada. So we actually have a guy from West Island.
Okay.
We had people from all over Canada because it's interesting to see where these people are from.
Of
you know?
course.
And
Absolutely.
then obviously there's all like the Europeans and the Americans, but no, a lot of Canadians, a lot of Canadians are playing for both teams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Which is nice. So we'll see what happens tonight, but definitely the city's on fire. People are excited. We're really starting to feel like that family vibe. Like we're just at home with the kids and we're all like glued to the TV.
Yes.
We're like making the family memories of like watching hockey.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
kind of like what you just said, like when you remember in 93,
I do.
sitting down.
Vividly, I remember.
I'm wondering now if my kids are going to be like, yeah, we remember 2026 sitting down watching hockey.
Definitely. We
You know,
will.
the entire city's on fire. Like everybody is just a hockey fever. I don't think I've ever seen so many Canadian flags on cars.
Me neither. Oh, yeah.
It's incredible. All right, guys. So we have to talk about something hilarious.
Yes.
So remember last year in Montreal, the buses said "Go Habs Go."
Of course.
What happened?
So what happened was somebody made a complaint
Yeah,
that it's not in French.
yeah.
And apparently they had to put allez. What was it?
I don't know.
Something allez. Hold on. Go Habs Go. They wanted allez Canadien allez.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Habs is habitant. It's
I know. I don't get it. But somebody, of course, because of the whole French laws, made a complaint. And then the buses had to put it to allez Canadien allez.
But today I saw it "Go Habs Go," so they went.
So I guess they put it back.
Wow.
But now there's something else now trending with
What's
the French language. What's the next thing? What was it?
Then we had the whole thing with the pasta. But yeah, there was this whole drama against the word pasta, but it's
Pasta?
yeah.
What about
That it's not French.
Bout?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
But look, you don't have your glasses today.
I
So
don't.
I don't know if you're going to be able to go through this. So the language police in Montreal.
Yeah.
The language police in Montreal, ladies and gentlemen, decided to give us 70. We're not going to go through all 70. We're going to go through 10 phrases that we should all learn as proud Quebecois. One of them is instead of "Go Habs Go," they want us to use "Allez Canadien allez." Okay. Power play. Avantage numérique.
Okay.
Okay. Puck, la rondelle.
La rondelle.
Okay. Penalty box. I have no idea how to say penalty box in French.
What
But
the
it's a-
penalty?
Yeah.
Is it?
Banque de pénalité, which
Okay.
literally means punishment bench.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Then there's a hat trick. Tour de chapeau,
No.
which means trick of the hat.
Okay.
Trick of the hat.
Right.
Tour de chapeau instead of hat trick. But hat trick is kind of like, you got a hat trick.
Because why? When they're reporting it in French, they're saying all these English words
That's a
usually.
good question. I have no idea.
Okay.
That's a fair question.
Okay.
So face off is mise au jeu.
Okay.
Mise au jeu, I've heard a lot.
Yeah, me
I've
too.
heard that word a lot.
Right.
Slap shot. Lancer frappé,
Oh no. Okay.
which is struck throw or struck shot.
Okay.
But slap shot is a slap shot.
Right.
Okay. Then there's a one-timer. Yeah. Lancer sur réception.
Timer. Okay. I never heard that one.
Lancer sur réception. which is a shot upon reception.
Okay.
Do you know what a one-timer is?
No, I don't even know.
Okay. So let's say you're playing hockey and somebody passes you the puck.
Right?
While it's coming towards you,
Yeah.
you hit it right away.
Okay.
Like you don't stop it.
Right.
So that's called a slap shot. That's called a
Ah.
one-timer.
A one-timer.
A
Okay,
one-timer.
gotcha.
Okay. Short-handed is called désavantage numérique.
Okay.
And then a shutout. I don't even know how to say this, but it says blanchissage, whitewashing,
Okay.
or jus blanc,
Okay.
white game. We're going to keep the shutout. So anyways, guys, that's just a list of some of the 70 requested French words that we should all be using. Look, at the end of the day, I love French.
Yes.
I love speaking French. I think it's a cool
Yes.
language. I think it's fun. Yes, I wish I, understood the passé composé and the l'imparfait better and the masculin and the féminin. But in general, I love speaking it as a language.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wish our province didn't, turn it into like a political point.
I know.
Do you know that if you go into the metro, so let's say Formula One weekend,
Right.
everyone's taking the metros because they want to get to the island.
Yes.
Let's say the metro stops working. They don't even make an announcement in French, in English, that the metro stopped working or that there's a problem or an emergency.
They say it in French.
It's all French, no English.
But they should always have both.
If you go to
There's so many
if you go to
tourists in
Paris and there's an issue in the tube or metro in Paris,
Right.
they'll do it in French and English.
Yeah.
But in Quebec, in an English country, they won't even do both languages in the metro station.
They just want to keep the French.
They just, and French is not going anywhere. Let's be real.
No, it's not
Going anywhere. Anyways, I just thought it was funny that we went through that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it a little bit later. Okay, so where are we going with today's podcast? So Montreal Canadiens, big. So Griffintown. I don't know what happened last night. There was gunshots at 1:00 in the morning.
This is last night? Sunday night?
Gunshots everywhere. So the cops show up on the scene and they
Okay.
find shells everywhere.
Oh my God.
Windows shut out, bullet holes everywhere. And this happened in Griffintown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of scary.
Kind of scary.
And nobody was hurt.
Nobody was hurt. No victims, no suspects, no witnesses, no nothing.
But this is Griffintown.
Just
How do
somebody took
this was a
gun out.
busy weekend.
It was a
And
huge
nobody
weekend,
saw anything.
and nobody saw anything. Somebody just took a gun out and just started randomly shooting stuff.
Like where? Like in an alley? Like
In Griffintown.
in Griffintown. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's really scary.
Yeah. And then I heard something. I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently 2 girls were shot. A 19-year-old and a 15-year-old were shot at a club
Okay, that's really
in
scary.
Montreal on Saint Laurent Boulevard at 3:00 in the morning.
What night was this?
So 2 guys got into a bar fight,
Oh.
started shooting at each other, and 2 girls got shot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's so scary.
that's scary. Especially like when you have teenagers and you know that they're going out, you know that
My daughter went out all weekend for F1. Very scary.
they're going out, they're enjoying themselves, and then you find out that people are taking out guns to shoot each other because of maybe a bar fight.
Very scary. That's why I keep my daughter on location.
Yeah.
And I can't sleep well at night until I know my children are home. I'm that mother.
Yeah.
You know, I got it from my mom.
Yeah.
Who, when we went out
Oh my God.
young, she'd always wait till we got home
She
safely.
did. I felt bad for that, especially when she'd have to work the next day and we were, you know,
We realized as we become parents what we did
to our,
to our parents.
yeah.
So yeah, now I'm living it. But luckily I have children, my kids hardly go out, but my daughter
That
did go out this weekend for F1. And at one point I noticed she's still out and I'm like, sweetie, like, are you starting to head home? And she's like, Mom, we're waiting for an Uber and they're charging $100 for an Uber because it was
That's
F1
disgusting.
weekend.
Yeah.
So they're just taking advantage
Wow.
of like,
Yeah, there's a term for it. Like when the time is like really, really, really busy, Uber jacks up the prices. Oh, got it. So, oh wow.
yeah.
They should. I know nobody wants to take public transportation, But on big weekends or hockey games or something like that, they should extend the
Hours, you think?
transport. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
would
mean,
be
if they know people are out till 3, 4 in the morning, just have 24-hour, at least every hour. a
especially
bus or a
with big
metro,
events like this
Yeah.
weekend. Yes, yeah.
You know?
That would
I don't
be-
understand why public transport's not 24 hours.
Right.
Like, it's ridiculous that the bus company can just
What
say,
time does the REM stop at? Do you have any idea?
no idea.
No idea. We have to look
Yeah.
that up. Okay.
No idea. But it's exciting that they're in the West Island now.
Yes.
There was
Yes.
a big inauguration.
Yes.
They
So
extended it.
my kids go to the West Island every weekend to go be with their dad, their grandparents, and I have put my children on there. I usually drop them because
Yeah.
they've got laptops and bags, but the occasional moment where I can't drop them, it's so convenient. They're from Brossard to the West Island. It takes about 40 minutes, so it's
Wow.
not that bad. And then somebody picks them up.
It's not that bad. It's pretty much the same thing as a car.
Yeah.
But now with gas at $2, at least you're saving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
exactly.
I get it. So yeah, no, scary stuff in Montreal about like
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then it just triggered me to basically just it's crazy. But then it reminds me of this comp. Remember
Right.
there was that pizzeria
Sophia's, yes.
in broad daylight. Some guy just came out and shot.
And I was going to Sophia's a lot in those days.
Yeah, that's scary.
It was broad daylight,
Broad
and he got
daylight,
shot.
And he got shot. And then there was that other woman, the salon owner.
Yes.
Remember?
Oh, yes.
There was like this.
Your wife gets her hair done there,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So there was like this code that says you can't go after women and children, and they broke the code.
They broke the code
And they went after her.
They went after her. Oh,
Took her out. And they were, yeah. So that was really scary.
I actually met her niece
Wow.
at Manoir Saint Sauveur when I went in January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very nice girl. And
Yeah. No, that's very sad.
she met
Montreal's had like it's had some pretty big hit lists. There was what was the other one? The Starbucks. Bobby
yeah.
Creek.
Yes, I heard about that as well.
Yeah. Apparently they went after his car the day before.
Okay, what do you mean his car?
They went up, so they saw his car out.
Mhm.
So they went to go look inside and they realized that it was his wife and kids, but they didn't do anything. They respected the code.
Okay.
I mean, let's be real, whatever code is out there, but it's just to go to
It's a
show you.
mafia code. What kind of code
Apparently
is
it's a
this?
code. You don't go after the wife and kids. If you're going to go after somebody, you go after the man.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
So
So the
wait-
salon owner, they didn't do that.
so sad.
Yeah. So she was in her car, probably like every business owner, probably on a laptop or working or crunching numbers or doing something. Somebody just came out, took her out.
Or just going home, maybe even.
Yeah. So I wonder if that Griffintown thing was maybe, I don't know, maybe there's
Something
something a
related.
little bit deeper going on
Right.
there that we don't know about.
Wow.
I don't know. So okay. Crazy news. You know how we dealt with the whole, I don't know if you can talk about the COVID incident that we all went through.
Oh,
So
okay.
my wife tells me this crazy story over the weekend. There was a plane leaving France
Okay.
to go to Detroit.
Okay.
There was a gentleman on the plane from Congo. Okay. Congo right now is dealing with an epidemic. It's not a pandemic yet. It's an epidemic.
Epidemic.
Okay. That means that people are dying from a disease over there. And apparently America just said, we're not taking anybody from Congo. So France accidentally let this guy onto the plane. So the plane is flying towards Montreal. No, it's flying towards Detroit.
Okay.
And the States is like, we're not taking you in. Guess where it stops?
Don't tell me Montreal.
Dorval.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. So imagine being imagine being inside a plane and then the stewardess comes up and says, everybody put on a mask right now.
Wow.
Or imagine being that guy from Congo and just being like, I'm okay. Everything.
Wait, they have masks on the plane?
Apparently they have a mask on a plane.
Okay. So they said, everybody put your mask
Everybody
on.
put your
That's
mask
scary. They
Flight,
must.
flight gets moved
Yes.
from one country technically to another country, stops randomly in Montreal. Montreal, why would you let a plane with a potential epidemic virus on it into our city? You would think like, no.
Yeah.
And just get back to France.
Right.
So yeah, no, that was a little bit of a scare. So yeah, that flight.
But he ended up
stopped
not
in
having
Montreal.
anything.
Apparently everything is okay. He
Okay.
ended up not having anything, but it's It's a little bit crazy that the flight came to our city out of all cities.
Wow.
Yeah.
Out of all, it had to be us.
It had to be us.
But in the end, it all worked out. He was okay.
Yeah. So what else? What else is going on?
Not much. Not
Yeah.
much. Yeah. Relaxing weekend. Worked all day Saturday. And yeah, just had a nice weekend of relaxing you.
No, that's good. I don't know. I just felt that it was go, 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 go. Friday, we took the kids. We went for a nice dinner. We went to a restaurant called 900.
Oh, Pizza 900.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite places.
We had 4 pizzas, 2 drinks, 3 drinks for the kids, and with tip and tax, we didn't even spend $150. Can
Really?
you believe that?
I like that.
No, the pizza was amazing. I got extra cheese on the margaritas for the kids.
Right.
So that worked out. And I had a vegetarian, but the food was incredible.
Okay, good.
The ambiance, the waitresses, like we had 3 kids that were not super rowdy.
Right.
So we went there on Friday. That was...
My daughter took me on a date on Mother's Day to Pizza 900.
Oh, really?
She did.
Good. Did
Yes.
you get the spicy oil?
Oh, of course I did. You know it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was Friday. And then like Saturday, we tried to have a nice, relaxing day at home. I organized my closet.
Oh, nice.
Shot out maybe 20% of my stuff. in the
Good.
closet.
That's
Yeah.
actually what I'm doing today when I go home. It's
Really?
time.
There's
Yeah.
something about like decluttering.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
No, but like, what is it about us that we can't get rid of clothes or we can't like, so I went through my entire closet. I had to try everything on one by one,
Okay.
go in front of a mirror,
Yes.
and then tell myself, okay, I'm never going to wear this.
Right.
Or even like I had a couple of like diesel shirts or G-Stars where I'm like, oh, I paid a little bit more money for this, but
Hold on to it.
they just don't fit anymore. But
Right.
if your son wants the bags,
Oh,
do you want to check the bags before I give them away?
sure.
I'll give you both bags.
Sure.
It's all boy stuff.
I love it.
And then they can check.
Okay, thanks.
So yeah, so I went through my entire closet from top to bottom, every single item, shot out, I would say maybe 20% of it, but it just feels more like light when I
Yeah.
go in there.
Yeah.
Like this morning, I was like, okay, let me get an outfit. And there was like space between the hangers.
Right.
Instead of it being
Right.
hung up.
Yes, you have to do this every couple of months.
Yeah.
And especially when you get a few new
Yeah.
items, get rid of whatever you're not wearing.
You're good at that.
Well, I used to organize people's closets. I sometimes still do,
I
actually.
feel like you're more of a minimalistic.
No, but when it comes
and
to
we're more of
clothes,
a
I
hoarder.
do have a lot. I do.
So what's your trick? What's your trick to keep
Every
less?
6 months, I get in there, I start eliminating, and I bring it to the girls at work. I work with so many girls.
Yeah.
I let them go through it.
Yeah.
I let my nieces go through it.
Yeah.
And then whatever's left over, I go to Renaissance or
Give it away.
and I give it
No, that's
away.
nice. That's like community.
Yes.
It's like you're looking after like your small community, people at work, relatives and stuff like that. And then whatever's left. No, that's really nice.
Now, I have a couple of friends also that just keep going through their closets and they give me stuff.
Yes.
So I'm always getting new things in my closet. So I got to get rid of because
I don't know what
it's
it
getting
is.
too filled up.
Guys, do you guys have the same issue that I have? I just feel like every inch of my house
Right.
is unorganized.
Okay.
You know, you come over anytime, everything is clean.
Yes.
Check underneath the bed, it's dusted. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
But for some reason, open a closet or a drawer
Right.
and it's gonna fall on me. Like there's a couple of places in the house where I open it and I'm like,
Yes.
is anything falling on me? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I don't know. I feel like
Just every week,
yeah.
tackle one cupboard.
No, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good
Every
idea.
week.
I don't know.
And it's a perfect time because it's spring right now.
Not to get morbid or not to get like depressing, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, what if like you were to leave the earth? Like, what if for whatever reason tomorrow you're not around?
Right.
Imagine all the people in your circle. Imagine your siblings, your wife, your kids. Imagine everybody having to go through all your stuff.
Yes, that is true.
You know what I mean?
Would you be embarrassed or not?
I wouldn't be embarrassed of what I have or what I hoarded. I would just kind of feel a little bit bad that I didn't take the time to minimize what I have.
Right.
You know, I think like, okay, they would have to go through my closet. Okay, is my closet decent? Okay. yesterday. It was it. Now it is.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, but then like all those little drawers or like, everybody has that one area of the house or like a basement or like a storage area in the house.
We all
where
do.
it's filled to the rim
Yes.
with crap.
Yes.
People are going to have to go through that.
Well,
Or like people would have to come to my office and just go through all the stuff in my office. And we've seen
oh yeah, in that corner there's a lot of wires.
a lot of wires in that corner.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it's not just about organizing your life for yourself, but it's organizing your life for other people that might have to go through your stuff.
We should make a conscious decision to start organizing.
Yeah, a conscious
place to place.
And to take into consideration the people,
other people. Right.
Other people.
Definitely. I agree with that.
Because definitely not, I don't have anything in my closets that anybody would find that. There's nothing in there that somebody would be like, like this is, there's nothing there that's weird.
Right.
It's just the fact that somebody would have to do that.
Yes.
Right.
That I understand.
I feel like as we age, we should be a little bit more conscious of like, okay, let me minimize.
Yes.
Yes. Let me buy less. Not necessarily buy less, but if you're buying,
get rid of. Yes, absolutely.
Like we bought a new pressure cooker.
Okay.
So then I put in the family chat. I'm like, does anybody want a pressure cooker?
The old one.
The older one, There was a piece that's a little bit worn out. So I found it on Amazon for $17. So I think Aisha said that she's going to take it. We love you, Aisha. But at least she'll have that little top on it.
Okay, smart. Yeah. I'm too scared to use a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
just like I do,
Yeah.
every couple of months, I do it every 6 months. Just take everything out and just whatever you haven't worn in the last 6-7 months, get rid of it.
What about just like, I don't know, what about just crap that we keep that we shouldn't or we don't need to?
Like I said,
it's like a full-time job organizing stuff.
Absolutely, but we got to do it because why are we holding on to these things?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
You know where you get it from?
I mean, it's the maybe I'll use it.
No, you get it from Dad.
Really?
Dad's a little bit of a hoarder.
That's for sure.
Like a mini hoarder.
And like my son would say 1,000%.
Right.
Aiden's always saying 100 million thousand.
Why does he say that?
I don't know.
That's so cute.
It's just really,
that's cute. He's talking a lot more now.
He is talking a lot more. I don't know. It's weird. It's like every day I'm falling more in love with my kids.
Aww.
It's such a dad cheesy thing to say, And I look at my daughter and she's getting older, and I look at my son and now he's 5 and he's getting older, and I'm just like, it's fun being a parent.
Oh yeah,
it's so
of course, especially when they're young, and
I know
it's getting a little bit easier.
Yeah.
He's talking more and moving more, and
he's
not a baby anymore, right?
Baby anymore.
I know,
but there's this.
You're at a whole different level than I am with my children, because my children I've got 14, 18, and 22, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm worried about my daughter going to the places I went to when I was younger, and now.
Yeah, no, I got a long time before that.
You do.
I know we pivoted from organizing closets to kids. But like one thing that I was thinking about is like having kids so young, they're so dependent on you.
Of course.
And it's interesting when you think about life sometimes, because it's like when you have young kids, as a parent, usually you're going through the toughest times of life. Work is tough. Your parents are getting older. There's a lot going on in your life. But looking at those little kids and them being so needy, I don't know. It just like, it makes life lighter.
Right.
Lighter?
Really?
It makes yeah, I would say it makes it lighter. It's like, it reminds you like to just enjoy the moment, enjoy your kids, play the time with them. They say the darndest things. They're funny. They're hilarious. Sometimes Syra and I will just stop and we'll just ask our kid to repeat what they just said because it was the cutest thing in the world.
Right.
And then like how innocent they are.
Right.
And I just feel like having them young while we're going through probably some of the toughest times in our life, there's like a balance. There's like this beautiful balance going on,
Yeah, that is true.
And I guess depending where you are in your life and when you have kids, that balance might be a little bit different.
100%.
Right?
For sure.
If you have kids at a very young age, let's say your early 20s.
Well, that was me.
Right?
Yeah.
You're still growing up.
100%. I was.
know?
Yes, definitely. And I didn't know what I was doing. We didn't have the internet the way we have today. I was the first out of my circle
That's true.
to have
Oh,
a child. Yes, I was the first. So I paved the way
out of
for
all your girlfriends, you were the first.
I was the first out of all my friends
Wow.
to have the first child. I had just turned 25.
Wow.
Yes. But I got very lucky. I moved in with my in-laws.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I remember.
I moved in with my in-laws and they helped me
A
out.
lot of help.
I did.
No, by the time I had kids, I saw like 10 nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
I had a lot of experience.
You did. You were an amazing uncle.
That helped out a little bit. But going back to just having the kids, it's just like, I don't know, sometimes I think about how crazy life is, but then I think of my kids, or I look at my kids, and it's like everything is just a little bit, it's like there's this calm and ease that goes over you.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I think it's them needing you so much. It doesn't make me feel desperate in any kind of way. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, one of our purposes in life is to have children. I truly believe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I do think kids are not for everybody. Like I do meet people and they're like, I don't want kids. And I'm like, I
get it. I understand.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I'm very, very, very happy that we got the privilege of being parents.
Yes. Definitely.
So I think we went all over the place today. There's a lot going on the podcast.
Yes.
How did you guys enjoy just having me and Sultana here? Obviously, we missed Aisha. We hope she gets better. Some of the things that we always look at is our viewers. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys watching from? Comments, things that you guys would like us to tackle, talk about, any dynamic that you guys want to learn about when it comes to siblings.
Right.
Sultana is my eldest sister.
I am.
Yeah, I am her younger brother. You're the eldest girl in the family. I'm the eldest son in the family.
Yes.
So
that's why we were always compared to growing up.
Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody what the word Sultana means?
Oh.
Tell everybody.
Princess.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You were the princess of our family.
Yes. Well, I was the firstborn, and I was given our father's mother's name. Yes, Sultana.
Got it. So that kind of made things a little bit.
I think that's why I got away with a lot.
That's cute. That's cute.
And our poor Aisha had to do the rest.
Yeah. All right, guys. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let us know where you guys are watching from. And we hope you enjoyed our episode.
Thank you so much.
You're watching
Take care.
Unfiltered Energy. Bye, everybody.
Bye.